Peace. What's up? It's your girl Nandy. I want to do this video real quick. This individual goes by the name of Mmy M X, and Mmy M X is a famous model who has captivated many with her his beauty and figure. He was born on September the 12th, 1990 in Miami, Florida, but is of Panamanian and Haitian descent. Right from his childhood days, his dreams has always been to be a well-known model that he has accomplished today. Okay, so this individual is a model. Somebody sent me this individual in my inbox, so I just decided to do a video on this individual. Look at a few images. Since this individual is Instagram model, or how they label this individual, I'm going to first look at some of these pictures, then I'm going to take you to his Instagram page. Okay, if you look at this picture right here, you can clearly see that this skull is the mandible on this individual is that of a male. The mandible on a female is round and small, and the mandible on a male, when you look at the side of the mandible, the bone on the side, how it stops and shifts, the jaw is very wide and the chin is straight. But what these transgenders go and do is they go under the knife and they get facial feminization surgery, and with that they also get are dosed up with synthetic estrogen, hormone replacement therapy, facial feminization surgery. They do all types of things to transform themselves. Okay. This individual appears to have a round pointy chin, but it still does not look right with this skull because it's a man. All right, the mandible is telling me that is a man, because a female's mandible is not like this. The head is sloped and it's very big. The eyes are far spaced apart. Okay, it's a goddamn transgender. Alrighty. Doing infamous tranny pose like Mmy M X says. They do the tranny pose, the tuck, because they're tucking whatever it is that they have in between their legs, whether they have a dick and balls or whether they just have a balls, whichever one they tuck. Okay. They are well trained at doing these tranny poses, especially the models. This is a model, so this individual is a professional tranny poser. All right, has been taught since birth. I'm sure of it. And this individual looks very soft and feminine, so it could have been castrated. It's definitely taking hormone replacement therapy. It has to take hormone replacement therapy in order to look soft and feminine. But as you can see, if you look at this skull, look, hold up. Alright. Differences between male and female skull. Differences between male and female skull are very important in forensics to determine the sex of the skull which has been recovered. Alright, the most obvious difference is the size of the skull, but that depends on many factors like age, ethnicity, race, etc. The differences between male and female skulls play an important role for forensics, odontology, as well to help the police in their investigations. Okay, as you can see, this is the male skull and this is the female skull. It's round, and you can see that it's square right here. If you look at the male skull, it's square. If you look at the mandible, it's square. You look at the mandible on the female, it's what? Small and round. The whole skull is round. The male skull is square. Alright? You see the cranial mass on the male right here is much bigger than the cranial mass on the female, and the forehead also slopes down. Alright, it slopes at an angle. The female comes down and around, and it's soft. It doesn't have a brow bone. Like you see the bone sticking out, that's called a brow bone, brow bossing. If you look at the mandible on the female and the male, you see the angle, how it's angled differently. You see how it's straight, stopped, and it shifts. The female is more rounded, alright, and it's much smaller as well. If you look here at this diagram, You can see it better. You see the cranial mass, how much bigger it is compared to the females. Now the female's cranial mass is a little longer than the males, but as far as the size of it, the males is much bigger than the females. You see that the males his head comes down, it slopes at an angle, and you see the indent right there, and then from that indent you will see that brow bone. It's a brow ridge, a brow bossing going across. The females is round, it comes down flat, and it's smooth. Okay, you see the mandible is very big compared to the females. Look at the difference. You can see how much bigger it is compared to the females. The females is round, the males is straight. Okay, the straight bone stop and it shifts. All right. Let me see. Frontal bone and forehead, brow ridges are well demarcated. Female smooth, more vertical frontal bone. Males larger and the margins are rounded. Dimatic plate. Females is smaller and the margins are less rounded. Supraorbital margin. Males is more rounded. Females is sharp, very sharp. Contour of the face. The overall length of the skull is longer in males, and the chin is bigger and protrudes more forward. The skull is rugged due to its muscular makeup, and the zygomatic bones are also more massive. Females, the skull is rounded, with the facial bones being more smoother, with both the jaws, mandible, and maxilla being smaller. Okay. Vault of the skull. Males, the vault of the skull is more rounded. Females, the vault is flattened than that in females. The forehead, males and males, the forehead is slightly sloping or receding. Females, the forehead is vertical. The bony mass, the thickness of the bones, thicker, thinner. Thicker for males, thinner for females. The size, male and males, the skull size is larger than that in females. Excuse me. Females smaller compared to that in males. So weight, male heavier, female lighter. So when you think about a male and a female skull, you always want to know that the male is heavy. All right, bigger and heavier. The females is smaller, thinner, and the bones are smaller. The bones are thinner, smaller, and the skull overall is small and is round. For the males, it's going to be, the bones are going to be big. They're going to be bigger, and the skull is going to be square. Okay. This individual right here, as you can see, this is a square skull. This individual has been under the knife, but this is a poor job that they have done on this individual, because what they do is they probably did cut this individual's bones off on the side, but remember, you have to always remember that bones grow back. When they're cut off, they rejuvenate, they grow back. All right, and for these transgenders, what they don't realize, or if they do realize it, they probably don't care. They're just having all their little good old times deceiving everybody while they're young, but as they get older, the bones start to burst out. Okay, the bones grow back. Whenever they go under the knife and get their bones cut off, that's a healing process. You go through a healing process. Okay, it's just like if you break a bone, you crack a bone, it heals itself, it rejuvenates itself. You go through a healing stage, and that's what they're going through when they get their bones cut off in their face to try to get a round female skull. But that's why the bones always grow back, and when they do grow back, they grow back with a vengeance. Okay, they grow back and they come out with a vengeance. You see this individual's mandible. You can look into the eyes and see that it's a goddamn man, but look at the mandible. That is a male's jawline. That is a male's mandible. A male's jawline is very, very wide. Females is not wide, alright? It's just round. Let me take you to this individual's Instagram page. This individual is Mmy M X again. It is a model, and of course they all do the same thing. They push what? The elite step mask. It was no reason for this individual to sit here and take a picture with a goddamn face mask on like people want to see that shit. Only the sheep flock to this type of shit. For the people with eyes that can see and know that this whole COVID is some bullshit, this right here should be a red flag. Alright, you see that the torso is straight, the back is straight. It's a goddamn man. Period. I guess this is the boyfriend or whatever. I haven't looked into him. I don't know. But I know that this individual is a man. Alright, a man. And you never know. This could be a female. Well, Hollywood, you never know. Alright. This individual was fake pregnant. Look at this shit. This is nothing but a goddamn moon bump. Alright. A moon bump with a straight back. How you pregnant and your belly is this big and you have no arch? Alright, you have to understand that females, when they're pregnant, they have a, before they're even pregnant, they have an arch in their back, because that's the way God created females. They created them to carry children, and the arch is what helps them carry the weight of pregnancy. I don't know how many times I gotta say this to you guys, that every real female has an arch in her back. Okay, she has an arch in her back. She has an arch in her back because the arch is there to support her and help her carry a pregnant belly. This individual's back is straight. This right here is your, this is all you need to know right here. Bam. When you see a straight back and you see a big huge belly, then you know this individual is a goddamn man. It's not a female. You can't possibly have a straight back, no arch at all, not even a little piece of an arch. Nothing. No indent, no arch, no nothing. The arch will go in, and it goes in deeper. Alright, it shifts. The arch shifts in, it pushes in more as the stomach gets bigger. You see this index finger is much shorter than the ring finger on this individual. Male's index finger is shorter than his ring finger. Okay, females tend to be about the same size. Now that's for not for all. Some females will be a little off, but when it's this much off, then nope. Nope, nope, nope. It's a goddamn man. Male fingers. You look at the skull again. It is very square, wide. That jaw is wide. Look at that jaw. Too wide. It's a pretty transgender, but it's a goddamn man. So that means it made a handsome man. If it made a handsome man, it's going to make a pretty transgender. Okay. And with this individual taking hormone replacement therapy, let's see, what taking estrogen hormone replacement therapy, it will make a man look feminine. Alright. Let's see. Males do have very little estrogen, and I'm talking about very little to the point where they're not going to sit up there and be feminized, and they're not going to grow breasts and shit. Okay. But when you start injecting it, that's when the problem, that's when you start to see the different sexual characteristics come out. Alright, estrogen is the primary hormone responsible for developing the sexual characteristics of women. As such, too much estrogen in a man's body can facilitate the growth of breasts on men, also known as gynecomastia. High estrogen levels may also decrease the size of a man's testicles. In young men going through puberty, it may affect the size and rate in which testicle growth occurs. Testosterone. Estrogen supplements may also interfere with the production of testosterone in the brain. On the hypothalamus are testosterone receptors. When estrogen levels get too high, they can saturate these receptors, causing fewer signals to be sent to the pituitary gland and telling it to make less of the luteinizing hormone. The luteinizing hormone is a necessary ingredient for the gonads to be able to produce testosterone, and they know that, so they block it out by giving them injections of estrogen. They also have an implant that they can put in, and it can slowly release the hormone estrogen inside of them. They have all types of tricks and trades that they do to get that estrogen inside of them, that hormone replacement therapy. But I mean, they can only do but so much, because at the end, guess what? Their karma's going to come back on them, and the Almighty Creator is going to have the last say. You can best believe that. You see this individual, two transgenders, the backs are straight, fake asses. Oh my goodness. Trophy wives. Oh please. Trophy wives. No, you're the trophy for the elites. Alright? That's what you are. This was supposed to be the child that came from this individual's fake pregnancy. It's a pretty little baby. It appears to be, is it a boy? Appears to be a boy. Yeah, he appears to be a boy, and I hope they didn't change the gender up on this little baby. It's an adorable little baby. But you know, in Hollywood, you know, they just do all types of crazy shit. Oh yeah, again, this individual is faking a funk, acting like he's really pregnant, wearing a goddamn moon bump right here. This is what this individual is wearing. A moon bump. They come in different stages, okay? 3 to 4 months right here. 5 to 6 months. 7 to 8 months, and 8 to 9 months. Okay, they get bigger and bigger. All right, and they come in different shades, and you can Photoshop it, airbrush it to make it look much realer than what it is when you want to take pictures with it on. Yes, it is. And that's what this individual is wearing, a moon bump. Either a moon bump or it's a CGI camera pushing the stomach out, one or the other. That's what they do, y'all. That's what they do. Fake female stomach when they're pregnant is rounded out all the way. It's not like this. This is not a pregnant belly. This is not how a female's pregnant belly is, y'all. You can't be this dumb. Alright? I gave birth to 6 children, and I know a real stomach when I see one. This is some CGI shit right here. This shit is fake as hell. Fake as this individual is, period, is fake. This individual's fake, and so is his goddamn stomach. Look, this is the best pregnancy body I've ever seen. I ever see. Whatever, could only aspire. Oh, please. Look, real females don't even know. They don't even know what the hell a real pregnant stomach looks like. That's so sad. Terrible. Yeah, but I just wanted to do this quick video and let you know that this model, Mmy M X, is a goddamn Decepticon, the Adam's apple on the throat. You see the straight, the wide shoulders and the straight across clavicle. Males have a straight across clavicle. Is more bumpier than the females. Males have Adam's apples that protrude out. Females do not. Males have square skulls. Females do not. Okay. It is a Decepticon. It knows how to pose. It's a model, okay, for one. So it knows how to contour its body. It knows how to mask different areas. It knows how to mask the male traits and characteristics. It's very good at that. Okay? It looks pretty on the outside, but it's a goddamn Decepticon. It's a man. A transgender. This shit looks nasty as hell. Look, listen. Male's rib cages. Do you see the rib cage on this individual? Females' rib cages are not long like that. They're not long and they're not that big. Females' rib cages are much smaller. Let me see if I can find something. Male's rib cage compared to females. Let's see if it's something gonna come up. The only difference between men's and women's rib cage is that the men have a larger rib cage. It is due to testosterone during puberty. It expands the rib cage for better oxygen inhalation. If a man has fewer ribs than a woman, it is mostly likely that they got it removed due to some medical problems, or they got it removed so they can deceive your ass, okay? Male's rib cage is larger than the females. Now let me see if I can find a picture to compare the two. Here you go, right here. Bam. Now if you see this, you see how the male's rib cage right here, it comes down. Look at it. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Look at it. This is the male and this is the female, okay? We see that the male's shoulders are wider and the females are not wider. Look, you see, even see with the skeleton, the shoulders align. They align with the what? The pelvis, the hip area. The male's is not, is wider. It comes out because the male's pelvis is narrow, the female's is wider. But look at the rib cage. This is what I want to point out to you. You see that this rib cage on this male is much, much bigger than the female's rib cage. Now you look at the females, you see how small it is, right? You see how this comes down, how it comes down right there. You see it? Now look at this individual, Mmy M X. Look at it. Look at it. You see it right there. Just like the male's rib cage. Down, down. It's too big. Females are not that big. They don't have big bones. Their rib cage is smaller because their bones are smaller, okay? And this shit right here even looks fake. Look at it. A tuck. Wow, there's no hip indent, no nothing. It's just a straight up and down bafflement. Wow. Look at that rib cage though. Look at it. Hold up. Look at it. You see it. It's the same as the male's right here. The same as the male's rib cage. Wow. Wow. The male's rib cage is much bigger. Remember that. That's not the female's anatomy. That's a man's anatomy. Look at that jawline. Look at it. Look at that jawline. Hold up. Let me see something. Let me see if I can find my picture. Another picture. Hold up. There we go. No, not that one. Alright. Now look at the jawline. When you look at the jawline on the male and you look at the jawline on the female is much more angled. Alright? It's rounded. It's angled round. The male's is the side bone of the mandible is straight and it stops. Females don't have stop points. Females' skull is round, period. The male's is square. You see it right here. Round, square, round. There's no stop points on the circle. It's a 360. It just goes around. A male's, when it's a square, we know squares have stop points. They have points and angles. This is a stop point and an angle. Alright, the female's is round and it's much smaller compared to the male's mandible. Alright, and you can see that when you look at this individual's mandible. You see that jawline, how long and wide that is. Wow. Look. Fake ass breasts. Wow. So when you see these models on Instagram, you need to know that majority of them are goddamn Decepticons. They're transgenders. They're men. They're trained. This one looks like a little bit like Kim Porter right here. A softer version of Kim Porter. I did a video on Kim Porter, Puff Daddy's baby daddy. It's a goddamn transgender. But this one looks like Kim Porter a little bit right here. But again, you can see that it looks soft and feminine. But again, that's the makeup. That's the estrogen. That's the facial feminization surgery. You know what I'm saying? That's the contouring of the face. That's the hair. That's the breast that's fooling you. You know what I'm saying? But look at the wide shoulders. Look at the clavicle. It goes from one end of the shoulder all the way to the next. The Adam's apple on the throat. The big neck to hold that big square skull. Far separated. You got fake breasts on the male chest plate, okay? That's why their breasts be separated like that, because male's chest plate is, they have no tissue. They don't have enough tissue, okay, to be cutting open and sticking no goddamn breast implant, and that's why they be separated. And that's why these individuals always gotta wear something to push their breasts in, or a push-up bra, or you know, something to pull the breast in, because they be so far separated because it's a goddamn man. Not a goddamn female, a goddamn man. But again, this individual has a straight torso. A straight torso, okay? Straight. There's no arch, no hip indent, no nothing. It's just a Baphomet. It's a pretty transgender. I will say this individual is a pretty transgender, but it's a man, regardless. Alright? If you see, now when you look at the index finger, alright, the index finger is right here next to the thumb. The ring finger is right here. The index finger is much shorter than the ring finger. You can look at the two and you can see it. That is much shorter than the ring finger. You see how big this hand is? Look, this is supposed to be a soft female, right? It looks soft and feminine, but it has a manly hand. Males' hands are bigger. Males can use their hand to probably cover their whole face with. And this individual looks like if he took this hand right here and he put it on his face, it will cover his whole face. A female's hand is not going to cover her whole face unless she spreads apart her fingers and try to grab it. I'm doing it right now. You can't do it. Females just are smaller than males. Look, these are manly hands. Look. Come on, zoom up. These are some manly hands. And this is supposed to be a model with hands like this? I don't think so. I don't think so. Nope. Fake ass. Looks real, but it's fake. Don't break your neck. Yeah, you're right. Don't break your neck. Look. Damn. These men be fiending. Nope, just zoom in. Wow. They should be able to zoom in and see that that's a goddamn man. That's not a goddamn female. Look at this shit. Symbolism. This is the sun ray. This is symbolism. That's what this shit is. Every time they standing by them Ferris wheels, know that it's symbolism. This is a straight back. The indent arch starts at the buttocks. This is fake. Alright, so we know they have a straight torso, straight back, and they go get a fake ass on a male torso. Wide shoulders, wider than the lower part of the body. I most guarantee if this individual turn around and stand straight, you would see it. But again, this individual is a professional model, a professional contourist, can contour his body, can stand in different poses to mask his manly traits and characteristics. But you can't fool me. I'm already hip to the game. Sorry. Wow, that's nothing but a goddamn tuck. That's not a vagina. That's not a vagina. You would see, like, where is the imprint of the vagina at? With this tight thing on, pulled in like that, you would see vagina lips hanging all up out of there. You would see the clitoris. You would see everything, but you don't. You see a tuck. That's a goddamn tuck. That is a dick. That's a fucking dick being pulled all the way back. All right. And strapped up into their ass. If you don't believe it, go watch the tuck video that my girl Chinese Black made, and you will understand how they do it. They tell you how they do it, okay? Bony chest plate with fake breast implants and a square ass skull. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is sad, man. All these goddamn transgenders. Again, straight back. You see it. You see that the back is straight. Females don't have a straight back. Females' back has an arch, and it has a hip indent, and it will lead out to the hips. This is just a man. Look into the face. You can see the drag queen coming out of this individual. Look. You see the male glare in the eyes. That's a man. That is a man. Look at him. Look, he's looking at you, y'all. He is looking at you. It's a man. Feel the energy. Look at it. Know that it's a man. Look into them eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul. I'm telling you. This back right here is enough for you. But y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't understand that females are not made like this. Females' anatomy is not like this. Y'all just will never get it. If you don't wake up, you'll never get it. Yeah, it's going to just be dumb. Look. Look. The indent in the arch starts at the man's buttocks. The butt. Alright? This is a fake ass on a straight torso. It's a goddamn transgender. A secret one. They're in secret. They're doing this shit in secret, y'all. Let me see. This is their Halloween costume. They don't need no Halloween costume. They already dressed the fuck up. They don't need to dress up for Halloween because they already dressed the fuck up. They're acting like men when they're acting like women when they're really men. So that's a costume right there. Bam. You don't gotta do much to dress this individual up. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them wide shoulders and look at that collarbone. Look at that Adam's apple. Look at that skull. You see it. You see that wide jaw. Look at that fucking jaw. Wow. They give themselves away all the time. They give themselves away all the time doing a one-eye symbolism right here. That's what this individual is doing. My body is your party, baby. Nobody's invited but you. Let me see. That's the husband. Oh, I thought that was the husband. Okay. Dang, you can see the man. Look at the, wow. That's a drag queen, y'all. Look at that. That is a drag, man. It's a man. It's a pretty transgender, but at the same time, you can see the man because the skull is a man's skull. It's a male skull. It is square. Look at this shit. Females don't have jaws like this. They don't have skulls like this. Look at that. That's too big. It's a man. It's a man. You think this is the imprint of a pussy, but nope, this individual is tucking. Wow. Remember, this individual is a professional. Wow. Oh, this individual was in Flow Rida, I believe, video. I don't know these motherfucking rappers. I don't know if it's Flow Rida or Flow or whatever it is. I just know that this individual's a goddamn man. Acting like a female. Fake as hell. Look. Oh my god. Like, I can see this shit. That's why it's just like, wow. Wow, I see the man. Look at that jawline. Wow. That's a straight, this is RuPaul energy, y'all. This is a straight drag, man. Wow, a straight drag with a tuck. This individual never gave birth, can't give birth, can't get pregnant. It has no female reproductive system. It is a goddamn transgender, a man with a dick. That means it's a goddamn Baphomet. Okay? That's what this individual is, a Baphomet, y'all. That's all it is. It's a dressed up man. It's dressed up on your ass. And you think it's a real female because you see it half naked. But you're not looking at them bones. You're not looking at that anatomy. That's the thing. That's the problem, man. You see that brow bone right there? Look, right there. You see that forehead? It had facial feminization, so it mostly had forehead augmentation, but you can still see that fucking brow bone right there. Wow, look at it. You can't fool me. I'm sorry. I see the man in you, baby. I see the man in you. Diamond, 33 in numerology. Diamond. That's a diamond, 33 in numerology. This picture was taken. These two diamonds right here were intentionally done. Sitting smack dead in the middle of it. That's intentionally done. Strategically done. Alright. I wanted to see if I could find this individual throwing up the goddamn Baphomet. That's what I really want. But regardless, if I see it or not, it's still a goddamn Baphomet. It is a Baphomet. Because it has a dick, and some fake ass breasts. Okay? It is a goddamn tranny. A transgender. A male to female. Done transformed. Okay? Looks like Sierra right here a little bit. This individual. But it's a man, so Mmy M X is a goddamn transgender, a model, a transgender fooling its followers, fooling the world, has fooled many people because this is a model, which means this individual has been on plenty of magazine covers, and the men were probably most likely looking at it, jerking off, getting their dick hard, getting their dick wet to a goddamn man. That's why men need to wake the fuck up and stop lusting after these goddamn men. Alright?